How do we set a goal around not seeking external validation?
One of the ways you can do this is, how does this looking for external validation express itself as action? So what would the camera crew capture? Now, when they're capturing it, they might not know what's going on, but when you go back and watch it with them, you can say, hey, actually, that's me looking for external validation. So what's one of the ways that you sense or you see yourself acting that out? But once you've found a way that seeking of external validation expresses itself as a behavior, as an action, then you can start to say, all right, well, in that situation that I've just either remembered or envisaged, what's the behavior that I'd like to do instead? What does it look like when I'm not doing that? And just one other thought on the idea of not looking for external validation. Looking for external validation is an indication of a healthy human mind. We all have a need for feeling of being connected, of being part of something larger than ourselves, of being accepted by a group. Now, how will you know if you're part of the group? Well, you can tell by the way that they respond to you, the way that they react to your actions and your speech, your behavior. You're constantly giving feedback to others based upon how they behave. If someone tells a joke in a social environment that's really just not appropriate, what are you going to do? You maybe just slightly turn away and just withhold your attention. You're giving that person feedback. Not funny, bro, not funny. It's important feedback for them. So getting external validation is a natural part of being in relation with other humans. And someone who never seeks any kind of external validation is either self-realized or, I want to sort of say, solipsistic. I'm the only person who exists. I don't need anybody else. You people are all just NPCs in my game. It's a kind of pathological mental state. So somewhere between the pathological solipsist and self-realized is healthy human interaction. So the problem is not seeking external validation. The problem is when that goes too far and you rely on it too much. So whether it's seeking external validation, I don't want to seek external validation, or all of these things that we learn in our philosophical and our spiritual study are negative desires, they have their root in healthy needs. The problem that we're talking about in spirituality and philosophy is when those go too far. When you take more than you need. That might be a good way to think about it. It's like someone saying, oh, I want to stop eating food. Why? Because I'm overweight. What? I'm overweight. I want to stop eating food. Okay. When you use that as an example, it becomes abundantly clear. You need a certain amount of food, but don't take too much more than you need. That's when it's toxic. So too, you need a certain amount of external validation, connectedness, but don't take more than you need.